Your top story, triple murder accused Henri van Breda has pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him. Van Breda's trial today started in the Western Cape High Court. He is accused of axing to death his parents and older brother at their home outside Stellenbosch in Jan 2015. He is also charged with attempted murder for severely injuring his sister during the attack. The fifth charge against him is for defeating the ends of justice for allegedly tampering with the crime scene. Henri van Breda, however, pleaded not guilty to all 5 charges in court today. And according to Van Breda, he was in the toilet when he saw an axe-wielding man hacking his brother Rudy in his bed. He says his father then came into the room and was attacked by the man who was laughing. His mother Teresa then came in and was also attacked along with his sister Marley. Well, joining us now to give us further details is Buntu Williams. He joins us on the phone line for more. Good afternoon to you, Buntu. I remember in 2015 when this case came out, South Africa and the world was shocked at what they heard. Just talk us through what exactly has transpired in court so far.
Well, it's quite interesting out there. I can tell you, it may never be as big as the Oscar Pistorius trial that we had on the a year ago. But, it's quite interesting. Today has begun with him going over the harrowing details of what happened that evening and how he first heard that there were people in the house, intruders, and that, he could hear voices and looks like it was voices in Afrikaans. Then he got out and he managed to find one of the attackers attacking his brother on his bed, Rudy, who later succumbed to his injuries the following morning, of course. And then he fought. Apparently, Henri himself fought with this guy, and he managed to grab the axe this guy had and hit the guy, and the guy ran out of the house, and he fell down the stairs while chasing the guy. And then, of course, his mother and his father had already passed away. Rudy and Mali were the following day. Then, of course, he continued to discredit then the police statements taken on the day, which was the following day. And he believes that his rights were not read out to him, and that most of what he said has since come to implicate him. And he regrets that, he was not quite properly briefed of his rights. And also it appears that the statement actually was paraphrased by the investigating officer, so it was not specifically his words that were put there, and that's complicating things. But the trial then adjourned, and now they've come back and they're going through over the nitty-gritties. And I think one of the first officers to arrive on the scene will be giving a little bit more evidence of what happened. There was also earlier the photographs. Aerial of the estate and some in the house, basically, of the aftermath with bodies lying around that were shown for accuracy to be verified by all participants. And I think this was done, and he understood most of that. But he seems to really have issues with how the police actually handled his case, handled his evidence, handled his statement. And he kind of feels that could have been handled a lot better, and they wouldn't be as prejudiced as he believes he is right now. That's where we are at the moment in court.
Buntu, there's also a charge of defeating the ends of justice. What do we know about this?
Well, this is just one of the newer things that are coming in. Remember that, you've done your best to claim that you had injuries that were inflicted upon you by people who attacked you. And then, of course, there's been quite a few. Remember also that the cops never mentioned that he was suspect. And they never told us that they'd been investigating him all along. So he was suspect number 1 from the beginning. So defeating ends of justice means that he has been committing certain actions to prevent full disclosure or full access by police or, contradictory information and statements that is given since.
There was also a huge discussion around whether or not this trial would be live, like we saw during the Oscar Pistorius trial. It was then decided not to or against that. Just give us the details.
Hey, it's your loss, it's my loss, Ideally, we would like to see what's going on in court. But then if you did that, the judge feels that it will prejudice him further. And because the case brought by the media houses was dismissed. And right now, even the pictures that are being shown around court, there were strict instructions that they are not shown to the public. I think media had to switch off their phones, those that are present, switch off phones, switch off cameras, so the public doesn't doesn't see. It's a big deal. We would have loved to see. We would have loved to understand. Besides, I mean, we've had a few high-profile trials that have taken place which have captivated South Africans' desire to learn and understand more of the law and procedures in court. And now we are denied that opportunity. But at the same time, I think because of the extent of public knowledge about the case, there could be some degree of prejudice as well. Remember that the lawyers are saying that it could well be also that some people will feel intimidated or may act up for the cameras and therefore not be quite as reliable as they could be if they had a different scenario.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, Buntu, for the update. We'll be checking in with you or our reporters throughout the day to give us further details on the Henri van Breda case. That was Buntu Williams joining us on the phone line there, just giving us the latest details with regards to the triple murder accused Henri van Breda. He has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges against him. The trial continues. Stay tuned to ANN7. We are going to keep you up to date.